Without a doubt, one of the best parts of building a tiny house is that you get to design a space that is exactly right for you. And that is exactly what this next couple have done with their beautiful, off-the-grid tiny house. Hi Summer, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, how are you?
Very well, thank you. G'day Jason, great to meet you, mate.
Hey, and you, Bart, and good to have you here.
I'm very excited to be here. Your home is absolutely beautiful and wow, what a parking spot you found.
Oh, tell me about it. We're so lucky. We managed to bring the tiny house onto Summer's parents' piece of land.
Great. So this is like a family compound, is it?
Pretty much. We've got Mum over there some of the time and Dad just over to the left permanently. So it's awesome.
What a great setup. And this all came about in perfect timing as well, because you'd actually just moved back to New Zealand from London right before lockdown, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We got in on, I think, the 20th of February last year. So just before lockdown started. And kind of that's where our journey to building the tiny house started as well.
Right, so how did this all come about?
That's probably my doing to begin with. I was really into tiny houses and was really interested in them, watching you guys and then watching other series on tiny houses, and I brought it up with Jason. I was like, this would be cool, we could do this, and he's like, it would not be cool, we can't do that. He's got a lot of hobbies and a lot of stuff. But anyway, he did come around, and I think it was a couple of years ago in October we did a 3-day course in Wales on how to build a tiny house.
Right.
And it was really fun and we enjoyed it. We learnt some skills, but we decided in lockdown to get it designed by a builder, and they did such a great job, we thought, well, maybe they could build it as well. Anyway, we got it built and we're so glad we did.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Great. So you managed to fit in all of your stuff and everything for your hobbies?
Well, the majority of it. So the majority of the stuff that we use on a day-to-day basis is in the house, and then we've got a garage which has my diving suit, my motorcycle gear, my jewelry making equipment. all of that goes into the garage.
There is no shame in having a garage for the hobbies.
Yeah, absolutely. Really happy about that.
And so tell me about the design of your home.
We really liked the corrugated iron look. This is actually corrugated aluminium.
Yeah.
And we just chose this sort of iron sand color because it kind of blends in with the background, and I'd seen a lot of other tiny houses I liked that looked like this, and we wanted lots of open windows and doors that opened right up so we could get all the light. So yeah.
And I see that you're completely off the grid in this tiny house as well. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, we've got 8 solar panels on the roof and quite a decent battery. So far, we've only been here in the summertime, so we haven't given it a full test, but it is up in Auckland. And so far we haven't had any issues, no downtime just as yet. We're running quite a lot of appliances inside, Alexas and smart lights and smart plugs. And yeah, no problems so far with that.
Excellent. And what about water collection? How does that work here?
So we are taking water from a pipe, so we are bringing obviously water in, but yeah, all of the water that we use goes into a grey water system in the back. So there's a worm farm filtration unit for the first stage, and then afterwards it just goes through some reed plants and then finally filters out to the rest of the garden.
Fantastic, what a great setup. So what are the dimensions of the home?
It's 4.2 high, and then it's 7.8 long, and then 2.7 wide.
And I can see that you've already expanded on that with this wonderful outdoor area.
Love the deck, absolutely love the deck. And I love the symmetry of inside and outside. You know, when this door's open and when the service area is open, you know, you've just got this one space, which is double that space that we're living in.
Yeah, so the deck is just a great place to hang out, have a gin and tonic, stoke up the braai, have a bit of a barbecue. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful place to spend time in the summer.
And I can see you've also made a really nice addition with the outdoor shower over there.
Love that outdoor shower. We are in the elements, you know, we've got a very rustic bamboo structure that we just put our towel over before we go shower, so anybody who walks too close can see it, but you know, we're we're okay with that as long as they are.
You're all family here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The benefits of having a very private parking spot.
Yes, absolutely.
And you've planted some beautiful gardens around the deck as well.
Yeah, well, my mum's a big gardener, so I sort of felt the pressure to get the garden in fairly quickly. We've got some lettuce growing, and then we've just recently planted the one along the side, and there's some herbs, some catnip. I'm hoping the cat's going to get into that. Yeah, and we've just planted a nice jacaranda up there who's looking a little sad, but hopefully he picks up. But yeah, I think we've done well.
Well, the house looks brilliant from the outside, and I cannot wait to see what you've done inside. Can we take a look?
We sure can.
Cool, after you. Oh, this is lovely. And wow, I love all of the artwork in here. This is beautiful.
Absolutely. All around here, we try to fill it up with art, and outside we've got a little bit of art as well. So it is something that means quite a lot to us.
Like these came back from London from us. This one's got quite a cool story attached to it.
Now, you can't just tell me that it's got a cool story and then not tell me the story.
Oh, that's a long story.
How long is the story? Well, we were walking back from a park somewhere in London, and I was sort of throwing a frisbee. I think we might have had a few drinks. And this Italian guy picked up a rogue frisbee, and I was like, oh, come along, come to the pub with us. And so we did. And it turned out he was an artist. And then you found this picture in a pub bathroom?
Yeah. I went down to the bathroom and this picture was just kind of sitting on the wall there. So we decided what we were going to do is we were going to sneak the picture out. We were then going to upcycle it a little bit and then sneak it back in. And yeah, Gino, he told us that he is an artist and that he was keen to do it. So he actually made all of the modifications to it. And then we went back to the pub about 2 months later and we had this great unveiling where we showed them the picture that we'd taken.
But you ended up with it.
Oh, absolutely. They took a copy of it. They were happy with just the copy and we took the original.
Oh, fantastic. What a story. And the design of this house is really quite unique. Can you tell me a little bit about the layout in here?
Well, I saw this design for the office loft in another house and I was like, we need that.
Yeah.
We definitely need that because we can work from home a reasonable amount. So being able to sit up in an office and your feet hang down in the gulleyway there, it was just, I thought it was a really cool feature.
When Summer showed me that was just like, yes, absolutely. Now I'm fully on board with this tiny house. Working up there, it's just such a decent separation from the rest of the house, and the amount of space that gully for your feet gives you is phenomenal.
And under your office here, we've got this very comfortable looking lounge.
Yeah, like we really enjoy having a bit of a movie of an evening, so I was really keen to have a nice big comfy couch.
I've just recently made the projector bracket over there and we've set up the rest of the projector screen over there as well. When we come to watching something, we just pull the projector out from the side, and then all we've done is we've just taken a blind which is on the door there, pull down the blind, and yeah, away we go. I was in charge of the tech, Summer was in charge of the comfiness, and yeah, we got the perfect night's entertainment.
That's a nice division of labor. I like that. And then over here we have your kitchen, and wow, I love the high benches in here.
Yeah, I bet you do. You're a tall man. Yeah, no, both Jason and I are reasonably tall, and I do most of the cooking, and I found in normal kitchens I'm often leaning over to cut stuff, so potentially made it a little bit high. Sometimes I'm tiptoey, but it's good. It's good calf workout.
And then you've got the fold-up end piece as well?
Yeah, absolutely. This is where we can extend it to be our breakfast bar. Just two little latches underneath here, and away we go. Sometimes when Summer's not here and I'm looking after the dog, I can bring my laptop and set up over here, and then just work from here.
Yeah, excellent. Loads of prep space in this kitchen. It is actually quite a big kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to have a lot of space. I'm quite a chaotic cook, so things are everywhere. I use all of the space. Yeah.
Good to be able to spread out, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. And lots of storage in this kitchen. I can see you've packed in a ton into the wall over there.
Storage in the kitchen is important to me. I like to have a space for all my things, and I want to be able to see it, not have like a cupboard that I'm rummaging the back of. And so those drawers are really awesome because you pull them out and you can see everything in there. And yeah, we've actually got more than enough space in the kitchen, which I haven't had that pleasure before.
And really nice handles on the cabinets as well.
Yeah, I like a little bit of quirkiness, so I did a bit of hunting around on the internet to find like different quirky little knobs. I'm particularly a fan of the bunny on the pantry there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And all the necessary appliances?
Yeah, we've actually tucked in quite a lot of stuff. I didn't think we were going to have enough space for everything, but got the microwave.
Microwave was a new addition. We found that the amount of electricity we were producing was more than enough. So gas cooker, but yeah, we find like in the mornings I have my coffee and I just chuck it in the microwave, heat it up like that, and use the sun's energy.
Fantastic. That's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then, of course, you've got this lovely bifold window that completely opens the kitchen up to the outdoors.
Yeah, I mean, I stole that from somewhere else. I had seen it in a few different houses, and I was very keen to have that particular feature and to be able to hand the drinks out the window or the food, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. And especially when you're cooking and you just open it right up and you can look outside, and it's really nice.
And it's super unique what you've done up here with the cat run. Can we talk about that?
We adopted a couple of wild kitties over lockdown. I spent quite a lot of time out in the yard trying to coax them in. So that happened whilst this was already being designed. However, the cats have only used it twice. So it might be a plant wall now.
And is that your bathroom through there?
Yeah, come on in.
Let's take a look. Oh, this is very nice. I love the shower. What a cool feature that is.
Yeah, our designer found that on Trade Me. We were pretty stoked with her work there.
Yeah, how special. What a great design.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And beautiful basin. That's impossible to ignore, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little bit of a wild card. I was worried about it in the initial designs, but I really liked the basin. They actually had to extend the bench that it comes on. So if you look at the bench, it comes more at a triangular shape.
Right.
But yeah, when we saw it, it's one of my favorite features. In fact, the bathroom is one of my favorite places.
Yeah. And it's certainly a room with a view, isn't it? Because of course, sitting on your loo, you are looking right outside through that window there.
Yeah, absolutely. It couldn't be better.
Interesting that you decided not to frost it though. Can you tell me about that?
Yes,
That was my fault. I was just keen not to have any frosted windows, but, you know, maybe on second thoughts it might have been a good idea just to frost the bottom one. So, you know, if anyone's just happens to be strolling by. But, you know, we're all family here, so it's okay.
That is true. And again, the benefit to being in a very private parking spot.
Yeah, no, we're definitely lucky.
And how do you find the composting toilet here?
It's really been great. Like, no smell, and it's pretty low maintenance. I mean, Jason's in charge of pee, I'm in charge of poo, which is probably not the normal division of labour, but I'm quite happy to deal with the poo side of things every couple of weeks, and he has to deal with the pee every couple of days.
I'm happy to deal with the pee every day.
As long as you're both happy with that decision, that is all that matters. I see you've got the Humanure handbook there as well.
Absolutely, that was key reading before I took the journey into composting.
Yeah, very important to
It's
study up.
Yeah, it was really interesting too, so recommend it.
And very clever what you've done here with the storage.
Yeah, that was another little design feature we stole from another house, but it's just such a great use of space. So you've got the little front part and then there's always the storage behind there, so it's super handy for towels and sheets and all those boring things.
And the sleeping loft is upstairs.
Yeah, would you like to take a look?
Let's take a look.
Let's go.
Lots of storage built into the stairs, of course. And what's this here at the bottom?
So at the bottom we've got a camper van heater. It all runs on gas. The general idea of this was that we were going to be heating the house with gas, cooking with gas, and then the rest was going to be electricity, which is off the grid. But yeah, haven't used it yet. We'll see how it goes in winter.
Great. Can we take a look upstairs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is really nice. I love the way that you've laid everything out up here.
Yeah, well, we were lucky with the slightly extra width. We could fit in our mattress this way. We did get them to shave a little off the end, but it's really great. I was desperate to have a queen or more because we've been sharing a double and it's not nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool.
Lots of storage up here. I can see you've got the his and hers wardrobe thing happening.
Yes, as you can see, my side is much more crammed and Jason's side is much more sparse. But Jason does have more wardrobe, more shirts.
And it really is nice how you've got this landing here as well, because it's so nice to have an easy place to get changed in the loft.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming into bed at night is nice and easy. You know, if we need to get out and go to the toilet, it's nice and easy. We've got the little puppy, Brisky. So when we have to take him out at 2, 3 in the morning, then 4 in the morning. It's
nice and easy.
It's nice and easy. It makes life a lot easier like that.
Absolutely. And I see there is a very lazy puppy here lying up on your bed. He's absolutely adorable.
Oh, he's my boy.
Yeah, little Griffin we got just before Christmas.
Oh, so how old is he now?
He's 13 weeks.
Oh, just a pup.
Just a pup.
Goes really well in a tiny house.
Perfect size dog for a tiny house. You're absolutely right about that. And how long have you been living in the tiny now?
Well, we moved in at Halloween, so that's around 4 months ago.
Right. Scary day to move the tiny house?
Well, it was slightly nerve-wracking, but we had a really good team moving the house on the back of a truck. The truck even broke down out on the road, but he fixed it with a cable tie.
Right.
So we had a lot of trust in him, so yeah, it was good.
And how are you adjusting to life in the tiny house?
We're loving it. I mean, it's great in summertime. We can open up the bifold doors, open up the bifold window there, and just mostly live outside on the deck, yeah.
For me, I was the hardest person to convince for this, and I love it. Like I right now can't imagine living in anything else. We started in Mexico, so we started this journey about a year and month ago in Mexico on a little beach called Zipoleta, and we drew out in the sand what we thought our tiny house should look like. But that's when we first started looking at the design process, and we first started understanding how much space we had to play around with and what we wanted to do with it. And I love it. Like I've said to Summer so many times how I couldn't imagine a more perfect little house. You know, as time goes, obviously our tastes and wants will evolve. But for this moment in my life, I just think it's the most perfect little home.
It's just got a really nice, happy vibe. I really enjoy being here. We actually named the house after my grandpa Cyril because he was a bit of a unique character and well loved. Unfortunately, he was quite a bit older when I was a baby, but I've heard a lot of stories about him, and I know he built his own little log cabin which he set up with a bar, and people would come around and he'd have a beer pool. But I think if he was around now, he'd definitely be a tiny houser as well.
And can we talk about the cost? What did this actually take to build?
It's around 150,000.
And that 150,000, that includes the cost of the solar and everything as well?
Yeah, it did. The solar was a $20,000 setup, but yeah, worth every penny.
Absolutely. It's nice to know that you're never going to get another power bill, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what would you say that the future holds for you both now?
Well, we're going to be here for the foreseeable future. We possibly may look for our own piece of land to purchase in the distant future, but right now we've got a pretty good deal going on here. It's nice having family close, and it's a really awesome spot, and it's still quite close to the city.
Best of all worlds, right?
Yeah.
Well, this really is such a beautiful home. I love all of the quirky artistic additions in here. I am a huge fan of the high bench tops, and there is no doubt in my mind that you're both going to be incredibly happy here. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bryce.
My pleasure. With this tiny house, Jason and Summer set out to create a place that would perfectly work for them, where all of their needs could be met, where they could power their lives through the sun and lower their environmental impact. And here, within these walls, that is exactly what they've accomplished.